You know, guys, since Raylan came into the picture, durability in a smartwatch has been something that, yeah, I take pretty seriously. What you're looking at right here is the TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra. They're really proud of this Mobvoi Qualcomm weird 4100 chipset they put in this bad boy. But what I'm mostly concerned about is durability and tracking. Because first of all, this thing has got to be Raylan proof. We just got back from the lake, well, dog park with the lake in it. And I realized, like, man, this watch has been really awesome to wear over the last, I think I've been wearing it about 3 weeks. Previous to this, I was wearing the, which one is that? The Amazfit T-Rex watches, and I really like them a lot. So, you know, when this one came into the picture, I was like, ugh, I don't want to give up my T-Rex, but it has been a great experience, man. This is Wear OS, and this is Mobvoi's Ultra take on it, and I think I'm really liking it, man. This has been like the only thing that's been on my wrist for the last 3 weeks. You've seen it in the videos, man. I've been wearing the hell out of this watch. So first of all, we've talked about durability. It is Raylan proof. Every time I go to put the collar on Raylan, even though he wants to go and he knows it's a necessary evil to have this collar on when we go outside, he reaches that long neck around and he'll kind of just, you know, just mouth. He'll just kind of mouth my wrist. So this Gorilla Glass screen actually takes quite a bit of abuse, and it doesn't have a scratch on it. But I did see that they did some milligrade. What is wrong with my speech today, bruh? Milligrade. I think I'm gonna have to coin that term because it's military grade testing for high and low temperatures and water and I said high and low, and dust resistance. So yeah, man, this watch can take a beating, and it's covered in mud because I had to, you know, clean him up and everything. He's looking all shiny and silky and black over there. Well, my poor watch, man. I gotta get this thing cleaned up, dude. Hold on, I'll be back. Okay, now that I got this thing all polished up, I want to talk to you about 24-hour health monitoring. 24-hour health monitors dang near everything. Dude, come in here and look at this. All right, so if I tap this little button right here, we're gonna get into some stuff. You got Tick Health, which is basically just kind of like, you know, it's kind of like an overview of all your health stuff, right? So you got all your little health metrics here. Look at that. Okay, I gotta get into this. I've never seen this really on a watch before. This is mental fatigue and energy levels. It's monitoring your mental fatigue and energy levels. This one right here says I'm at level 2 right now for my mental fatigue. Really, my boy? You know what's going on in here? You know. It says I'm at level 2. I'm rested, aware, and concentrated. Well, I do feel rested and aware. But my energy levels, it says refreshed here, and I'm at a level 5. That's what's up. I don't understand it because I'm actually kind of exhausted right now. The dog wore me out, dude. But I've done 0 minutes of high intensity exercise. And you know what? Before I embarrass myself with all my health stats here, let's go. Let's just back out. This is Wear OS, so it has all your Wear OS stuff. It also has your Google Fit stuff. But Mobvoi has all their Tick stuff in here too, like Tick exercise. But then I want to get into Tick Pulse because, like I said, we're doing 24-hour health monitoring here. So it's got my heart rate, and I have everything set on 24-hour, like it's on. Just to kind of jump around a little bit in regards to the battery life, since I have everything on 24-hour tracking, the only thing I don't have activated that could actually impact the battery life is the always on display. And I'm getting, on my personal use, I'm getting about 3-ish days, like maybe a little bit more than 3 days of battery life before I actually have to charge this thing at like 5%. But when times get rough and you're running out of juice, you can always pop it into essential mode. Check that little check right there, and then you're gonna get up to 45 days worth of battery right there because it just sips on it via this LCD screen it's got right here. And you're still gonna get your heart rate and your steps counted as well. So it keeps that running in the background, but it sips on the battery like no other. But let's go ahead and dive back into this health and fitness monitoring. Next up, we got Tick Sleep, man. So typically I do not monitor my sleep with smartwatches because my bed actually does that for me. I have a really cool bed that does all the sleep tracking and stuff. But when I matched up this watch, because when I do these videos, I have to wear the watch for like 2 or 3 days at least while I'm sleeping, just to make sure it actually does what it promises. And yes, this watch actually matches up very accurately to my actual bed, which also matches up to my initial feelings or impressions when I wake up. Saying that, when I wake up and I feel like I had a crappy night of sleep, the watch will tell me I was awake, like I was shifting around and stuff like that. Or when I'm feeling refreshed and stuff, the watch will actually tell me you got a pretty decent night's sleep. So it matches up with the actual facts, you know, from my other sleep tracking devices, as well as my personal feelings about my sleep. So that's not something I don't think you should have to worry about, you know, if you're using this for sleep tracking. But we also have an SpO2 sensor right there, and Tic Zen, Tic Breathe, and Tic Hearing, which are 3 items that I think every smartwatch should have. And I really appreciate the way TicWatch and Mobvoi have done it in this watch right here, because it allows you to just take a minute, back yourself off of the day, you know, with the Tic Breathe, and just do some breathing exercises and collect yourself, man. And that will improve your mental health numbers as well. Earlier, I mentioned Essential Mode. Let's go into the Essential Mode app, because this is gonna be super cool. Okay, so you can actually switch to Essential Mode right here, which I do not wanna do just yet. You see I'm at 22%. I've been wearing this watch for about 2 days, man. It's only at 22%. But if we swipe, we're gonna get to see here where I can auto switch by battery level, and I have it set at 5%, or we can do 10%, 15%, or 20%. Let's leave it at 5. I like 5. That way it switches into essential mode for me. That way it just doesn't die completely, and I at least still have an essential watch, because it is an essential device, right? And then let's skip that, but I do want to go into, there it is, backlight color. So look at all this, man. Before, all you had was kind of like a grayscale, you know, LCD screen, but now we can get into these different colors that they have for backlights. You can see here I've got like this almost seafoam green color right here. We can go into red, we can go into yellow, there's some greens and purple. I really like having that. Let's just go ahead and change it to red. That way I can just go ahead and lock it in right there, and hopefully I can test it real quick. So let's just turn off the watch by doing this, and then I will just hold it right there. Let's see if I can get it to turn on. Hold on, let me mimic the movement on my wrist. There it is. Okay, there we go. Now it's red. That is super cool, because on the last watch they had, man, you didn't have that option. I really like this. And that red is nice and bright too. So if you're wearing it in a darker environment, it just lights up. It's almost like indigo on the Timex watches that they had, but now it's red. Man, that's kind of fly. I should have did that in the first place. Now, because this is a Mobvoi and Wear OS collaboration, we're getting offline Spotify and YouTube music. Clutch. That way you don't have to take your phone with you, man. You can go ahead and just download your music here. Well, not really download, but you can have your offline music from Spotify and or YouTube music if you want to. I don't use Spotify, but this is like the first watch that's actually let me do YouTube music. So all the other ones, why is Spotify, you know, like on everything, man? I'm so glad now I have my YouTube music. Now I can just leave my phone at home, go take my dog for a watch, throw my earbuds in, and bam, I'm good to go. And it cleans up really well too. I have this sports-centric band on it, which looks really great with it, but because of its classic design, it can also double as like a casual watch. So maybe I'll throw up some B-roll right about now with some extra bands on it. That way you can see how this thing looks with maybe some leather, you know, different colors, and some more neoprene bands, just so you can see how awesome this watch looks, and it's gonna play really well with your current collection of straps and bands if you already have something going. Hey man, I don't know too much about nothing. I keep telling y'all, I am not an expert in anything, but what I do know is I really like this watch, man. It's railing proof, it's easy to use, and it looks really good on my wrist. Now y'all keep being good to each other, and I'll see you when I see you. Hey man, come here. I'm gonna be real frank with you and tell you that it's freaking weird that you just linger here when the video's over. But if you still wanna hang out with me, it's cool. You can go over to my podcast, man. I'll be over there in just a few minutes. It's called Talk to Me. The podcast nobody asked for, but I'm giving it to you anyway. So go over there and hang out real quick, and I'll be there in a minute and we'll get to hang out. I'll see y'all soon.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?